welcome back to the football referee. Welcome back to the second segment of the show. So uh, Jamie Carragher, no, not Carragher,
Carragher,
Carragher. He
yeah.
says, yeah, it says the players. This is him describing Amorim's style of play. Right. So he says the players Manchester United the summer, have bought in the summer, sorry, can easily be flipped into a back four. And he said Bruno in the number 10, Bueno right wing, CUNHA left, and SESKO up front. I think a competent football manager could get that United team in that system to the European places, or certainly fighting for the team. Now, what do you make of that? What do we make of that?
He's talking about Man United. Um,
It's about Man United, yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I guess he knows more about those individual footballers, the new guys, than I do, um,
Yeah.
because I guess he's in the business, so to speak. So, yeah, I generally Jamie Carragher, I think he's quite an astute pundit. He knows his football.
Mm,
I think he's very fair-minded. He doesn't hesitate to criticise Liverpool or to give a realistic assessment of what they're doing,
mm,
but never too sure about when someone, you're talking of the great rivalry that used to be and probably still is between Manchester United and Liverpool. I think you've got to be careful at what you sort of take at face value that, one of their ex-players, be it Jamie Carragher or Gary Neville, both of whom I have to say I come across very fair when they're co-commentators, when they're playing the other one's team.
mm.
I think there's probably more of a rivalry between them than is always visible on the TV. But yeah, I mean, I don't think what I'm trying to say is I don't think he would have a bias. Sometimes they might have a bias against that rival team, but I think what he says is probably true. It's what I was saying earlier. I think Manchester United will keep, certainly till Christmas, Amorim. I think their fortunes are most likely to improve as their new players bed in. It's all about this, being blooded in the new team. And once they do that, I think we're going to see more glimpses of the old style Manchester United. Whether they'll ever get back to the Alex Ferguson era, I don't know, because he injected something extra that most managers these days don't really have.
Mm.
Maybe one of those ingredients may have been fear injected into the players. Although that said, let's face it, the real power in football today and for some years now in the Premier League has been with the players. They've got the cards, really. They hold the aces, because if they don't like the way they're being spoken to, they can probably tout their services elsewhere through their agent and so on. So I'm not saying it's always that easy, and they probably don't want to be in that situation. But I'm not sure there's going to be too many managers nowadays who could, well, I won't say get away with, because we all know Ferguson was probably the most successful manager ever in the Premier League, or maybe in British football, in terms of the trophies he acquired and stuff.
Mm.
So, by no means not knocking him, but he had something which may have been more relative 10, 15 years ago,
Mm.
more useful, which you probably wouldn't get away with. Now you've got to get your players to buy into your vision, and almost the manager almost has to know their place in some respects, but that's probably overstating it. But yeah, I think Manchester United will come good. I will come good. I have a feeling Amorim will be there this season after Christmas, because I quite like. I don't know about you, but I quite like his approach at the end of games. He doesn't shy away from the press or from talking to the people. he never, to me, he never looks really sort of crestfallen with embarrassment at losing a game which shouldn't have been lost. He
Mm.
just, and I don't think he, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he publicly lambasts his players. He might say the defence didn't do well or something like that, but I don't think he singles players out, nor should a manager, in my view.
No, no.
So I probably got more faith in him as an observer and not a fan
Mm.
than perhaps you as a fan would have.
Yeah.
I can see this is going to come together. They've spent a lot of money. The board trusted him with that money, and I think if they'd had any doubts the end of last season after what was a bad season, and they lost that European final to Tottenham, then I think they would have made a move and got rid of him in the summer. But the
Mm.
fact that they decided to keep him, they probably thought, well, it wasn't fully his team last year. We've still got some good players. Let's let him choose with others what players we're going to get.
Mm.
So I don't think they can sack him after 6 games. It
No.
seems too few games to really make a judgment on those acquisitions and so on. So I say again, I think they'll keep him till Christmas and then see what happens. But yeah, I think Jamie Carragher's probably right that he sees those players becoming a part of a very good Manchester United team, and I can't really disagree with that.
No, probably, yeah. Well, you're probably right. Now, the next one that we're going to move on to is again Jurgen Klopp. And this time he spoke out on Manchester City. So he
Right.
said, yeah, he said Manchester City is back. Their style has changed a little, but sometimes coaches need to change their style to renew the team. Do we agree with that? Do we think they're back, first of all? So let's deal with the first segment of it.
Hmm.
Do we think Manchester City is back?
I mean, I guess Klopp is basing that on their most recent performances.
Yeah.
So, on the one hand, who am I to disagree with someone with his expertise and knowledge of Manchester City, such as it is for a Liverpool manager?
Mm.
Um, I think it's too early to say Manchester City are back. And what we've got, though, of course, we see their talisman, Erling Haaland, beginning to bag goals every week. He's getting goals, bag
Mm.
goals, not bad goals, bag goals.
Mm.
So